So Rush Limbaugh is going full speed ahead with COVID-19 conspiracy theorizing. Rush is known for his anti-science views. He thinks that, what did he say about the Big Bang? This was probably my favorite Rush Limbaugh clip ever. He was like, how do they know that it happened when none of the scientists were there? Beyond parody. He doesn't believe in evolution. I can go on and on. Every single anti-science view you could possibly have, he has. Well, now he's, dipping his toe in the water of COVID-19 conspiracy theorizing. Let's watch.
You know what this is starting to sound like? This whole coronavirus story is starting to remind me of climate change. Rising sea levels in the next 10 years could wipe out New York and Miami. Then that doesn't happen. Rising sea levels in the next 20 years could wipe out New York, Miami, and maybe even Philadelphia. The predictions keep changing. They get more dire. They get more dangerous, more extreme. And the reason for it is they're not able to scare people sufficiently. And of course, testing has its own quirks attached to it. The more you test, guess what? The more cases you have. So they are then allowed to report skyrocketing cases. They never attribute it to the fact that more people are being tested, because the scare tactic is to make you think the virus is out of control. The virus isn't out of control anymore now that it ever has been. We're just able to find out more people who have it.
If you have over 85,000 or 90,000 deaths from the virus, I think that's serious. And I'm pretty sure that if it was Barack Obama still in office, Rush Limbaugh would have the exact opposite opinions on this. He'd be out there like, this virus is destroying the country and the response has been horrendous and we have over 85,000 or 90,000 deaths. Obama's destroying the country, yay! I have no doubt that that's what his commentary would be. Because this is what you get from a rank partisan hack. And I love his, enlightened moment there on testing. He's like, did you know the more you test, the more cases you have? Yeah, the more you test, the more we learn about people that have the virus. And that's a good thing, because we want to know. The point he's trying to make is like, well, if you don't test, then you don't know that people have the virus, then everything's better. Everything's okay. Because people aren't going to be freaked out because we don't even know that people have the virus. He's literally making an argument for ignorance. Like, what if we just didn't test and didn't know that all these people had the virus? What about that? Well, then we'd feel better because the number on paper would be less, even though in objective reality, people still have the virus. And that gets to the main point, actually, which is, like, okay, yes, we're doing more tests than the rest of the world as a raw number, but per capita, we're 40th in testing. But, like, even the actual number of cases that exist in the country, and probably the actual number of deaths as well, is way higher than the official number. Why do I say that? Why do I know that? Because every other pandemic throughout human history, you can go back and look at the official cases reported, the official number of deaths, and experts now know, oh no, it was way more than what were the official number. Because we simply don't have the infrastructure or the ability to really test everybody who needs a test and to really know everybody who's passed away from COVID. So it's a lot worse than what it says on paper. And Rush Limbaugh's argument is like, well, if we just don't do the testing, then on paper it's not that bad, and then we're good because nobody even knows it's bad. The tortured logic, the mental gymnastics, just to defend Donald Trump and the response from this government. And again, right in line with his standard anti-science views, because you heard him say at the beginning there that COVID-19, this is now reminding me of climate change. And what does Rush Limbaugh think about climate change? He thinks it's a hoax. He's only said it about 9,000 times on his show, and we've only covered it about 6,000 of those 9,000 times. So, climate change is a hoax. Is COVID-19 a hoax? Like, I want to know exactly what the claim is from him. Because even I think there's no way he's stupid enough to think that, like, the virus isn't real. But if he has the same feelings on this as climate change, then that's what he's saying. He thinks climate change is a total hoax. It's not real at all. Do you also think COVID-19 is not real at all? Or do you think it's just, it's overstated how bad it is, it's not as bad as they're making it out to be? I don't know which claim he's making, but God, I hope he's saying that, it's just exaggerated, as opposed to what he really thinks of climate change, which is it's a hoax, it's not real. It's fake. You've been duped. Does he think COVID-19 is a hoax? Listen, I don't know how he's acting in his personal life, but he better not act like that in his personal life, because Rush Limbaugh has advanced lung cancer right now. Which, by the way, he sounds like he's fine, all considering. Like, good for him. I guess he's doing his treatment, and he sounds okay. Like, he doesn't sound like he had advanced lung cancer. I know because my dad died of lung cancer, and I heard what somebody sounds like when they're that advanced, and you sound terrible, and he doesn't sound like that, which is good for him. But, like, dude, if you're acting like COVID-19 is a hoax and you're out and about and you're going everywhere and you're in restaurants and you're surrounded by people, he's like first in line for the kind of person who could pass away if he gets it. So, come on, man. Like, I don't get, not everything, they view everything through a partisan lens, and then they also view everything through a conspiracy lens. Not everything is partisan. Not everything is a conspiracy. For the love of God, like, just try to be at least minimally objective, but he can't take off his blinders, and he can't stop looking through the specific filter he looks through.